Oh, no, no!
My name is Juan Carlos. I'm 28 years old, and I'm from the small town of Pecos, New Mexico. This happened last October, on a cold night when the moon hung low over the Pecos River. I lines never forget that evening. It changed how I see everything I once thought was just a story. I work as a mechanic at a local auto shop, and after a long day, I decided to take a walk along the river to clear my head. It was around 10 at night. The air was chilly, and the river murmured softly. My grandfather used to scare me as a kid with tales of Llorona, the weeping woman who wanders near water, and the Chupacabra, the creature that steals goats from ranchers. I always laughed at those stories, thinking they were just meant to spook children. But that night, I realized I was wrong. I was walking along the path by the river when I heard a faint cry. At first, I thought it was the wind or maybe a quilt in the distance. But the sound grew louder, more piercing, like a woman sobbing, calling out for someone. I stopped, my heart pounding. The crying came from the riverbank where the water curves. I turned on my phone's flashlight and aimed it there, but saw nothing, just dark water and reeds. "Who's there?" I shouted, my voice shaky. The crying stopped, and for a moment, it was so quiet I could hear my own breathing. Then, from the darkness near the water, a figure appeared. It was a woman in a long white dress, her black hair covering her face. She stood still, but I swear her feet didn't touch the ground. She seemed to float above the water. I froze, unable to move. She slowly turned her head, and I saw her eyes empty, white, like a ghost's. She opened her mouth, and the crying started again, but now it echoed inside my head, as if she was screaming within me. "Am I as high, Joe's? Where are my children?" I bolted, not looking back. When I reached the old bridge, I stopped to catch my breath, thinking it was over. But then, I heard another sound, a low growl, like a dog, but not quite. I shone my flashlight toward the bushes and saw it. It was the size of a large dog, but hairless, with skin like scales and a spine that stuck out like spikes. Its eyes glowed red, and its long, sharp teeth gleamed in the light. It stood over something that looked like a dead rabbit, but there was no blood, as if it had been drained dry. I didn't wait for it to notice me. I ran all the way home, locked the door, and stayed up all night, listening to every creak. The next morning, I told my friend Raul, who works at a nearby ranch. He said they'd lost several goats over the past few months, all with puncture marks on their necks. Not a drop of blood left. "That's the Chupacabra, Juan," he said seriously. "As for the woman by the river," he added, "you saw Llorona. Be careful, she chooses those who wander at night. I haven't gone near the river after sunset since. Sometimes when the wind blows from that direction, I hear a faint cry, and chills run down my spine." I don't know if they were ghosts or something else, but I don't laugh at the old stories anymore. There are things in New Mexico you're better off not disturbing.